Hey everybody, it's Michael from GotchaRocks.com, and in the last video we took a look at jewelry components, so such things as earrings, head pins, little crimp beads and things like that. So in this video I wanted to show you how to use some of those components to actually make a piece of jewelry. And today we're going to focus on earrings. And in this video we're going to go over how to do the wire wrapping to attach your bead. We're also going to look at how to make the head pins if you have some goldsmithing or silversmithing equipment at home. We're also going to look at how to attach them to the actual earring components, such as the posts or the lever backs. We're also going to take a look at the hand tools and see how to use those properly. And at the end of the video we have one bonus metalsmithing trick that we're going to throw in. So let's get to it. Hey, I almost forgot. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell to get notifications of when we put out new videos. And also check out the rest of our channel. There's lots of good videos on there where you can learn all kinds of different things. So let's get to making some earrings. Today we're going to be making 3 pairs of earrings, and we're going to be using different earring components for each one. The first, we're going to use the lever backs, then we're going to use the ball post earrings, and then the shepherd hooks, which are also known as earring wires. We have Amazonite that we're going to string up, and then we also have some tiger's eye and some freshwater pearls that have been dyed. The other components that we're going to be using are the head pins, and this is an eyelet head pin. This is a regular head pin, and this has just a little flat spot at the bottom that stops the bead from slipping off the end. We also have 2 different types of pieces of wire here. We have a 20 gauge wire here, which is a little bit smaller, and then we have an 18 gauge that's a little bit thicker. I like to use these when I actually make my own head pins, which we're going to show you right now. When you're trying to figure out what size wire should go into your bead, the easiest way to do it is to take one of your beads and take one of your wires, find the hole, and see if it fits. If it does not, go to a slightly smaller wire. And I have this one, this is the 18 gauge. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the 20 gauge. And this goes right in. So this will be a good earring wire. If it's too big, obviously it won't go in. If the wire is too small, then when we bead this up at the end, it won't. We won't have enough metal, and it'll slip right back through. So a nice tight fit is good. When you're making a head pin, I usually recommend measuring off about 1.5 inches, and you can do it just like this. Just push your wire up against a ruler. Take a black magic marker and just put a little dot just like that. That's all you have to do, and then we're going to cut this end off. And we're going to measure 2 of these. After you've cut your first piece, which is right here, just put it up against the wire so that this end is flush. These 2 ends are flush. And then just cut. I have my piece of wire here, and then I have a pair of soldering tweezers, and then this is a 3rd arm, so this just clamps right in here, and I like to use this to make head pins. So you just take your wire and you dangle it so it's hanging straight down like this. Then we're going to heat up this end with a torch and just melt the end just slightly. I'm using a mini torch. You could also use a plumber's torch for this, and I'm just going to get a nice little hot flame here. And I'm not pointing straight up at the wire like this, I'm pointing across, and I just want to beat up the end just a little bit. Just like that. I tested this little bead here, and it needs to be just a little bit bigger, so we're going to just melt it one more time. That looks pretty good. I've balled up both of these with the torch, and you could leave them just like this and just hit it with a little bit of sandpaper and a little bit of soap and water, and these will clean right up. I'm going to show you something at the end of the video, and it'll make these so that it's a little more stylized. We're going to start with these tiger eye beads. We're going to use the head pins that have the little eyelets at each end, and we're going to feed these through the tiger eyes. So we're going to take one, we're going to find the hole, and just feed it on, just like so. Okay? Next, we're going to take our round nose pliers, and we're going to grab the wire right next to the bead, and we're going to bend it away from you until it goes beyond the 90 degree point and almost to a 45 degree down. I'll turn this sideways so you can see. Next, we're going to adjust our pliers like so that they're straight up and down, and we're going to bend this wire over the top like so. And bend it as far as you can go until you hit that bead, then stop. Next, we're going to adjust the pliers one more time back to that original position where they're straight up and down, and we're going to just push this wire underneath. And it's going to look a little screwed up, but that's okay. Okay? Next, we're going to use our chain nose pliers, and we're just going to adjust this wire in. And that will create our little eyelet. And we'll just take our clippers and we're going to cut off this excess area. After you have your loops made on each side, the little eyelets, we can attach them to our earring posts. So we're going to use these shepherd hooks or earring wires, and we're going to attach them right onto here. To open up your shepherd hooks, the little loop, don't pull, just give it a little twist like this, and that'll open it up, and you can just feed your bead right on like so. And then you just twist it right back. And there you go. And we're going to add another little bead to drop off the side here, so let's do that right now. Okay. All right, we have the head pins that we made. This is out of the 20 gauge wire, and these were for the pearls that we have here. And you can see that we have a nice little head on here. I did a little polish on these just to brighten them up a little bit. We're going to find the end just like before and feed it through, and we can see that that stops it right there. First, we're going to feed this pin that we made right through the pearl. So we find the hole and just feed it on, like so. And this little end that we made stops the pearl from slipping off the end. Next, we're going to take our round nose pliers and we're going to pinch right at the top of the pearl, and we're going to bend it like so. And we're going to go to about a 45 degree angle. Next, we're going to rotate our pliers straight up and down, like so. And we're going to take this end and we're going to bend it over the top. So it hits that pearl. Then we're going to adjust our pliers one more time. And I'm going to bend this around the bottom. So what we end up with something like this. Next step, once we have this here, we're going to straighten this up just a little bit, and you'll notice at the bottom of our little loop that we just created, there's a little bit of metal. What we can use that for is to wrap our excess metal or wire around. We'll just keep wrapping it around. This is where your tweezers come in handy. can grab this little end and just bend it around. Like so. Now you can straighten that up a little bit, but that is the general idea. So I'm going to straighten it up at this point, and I'll show it to you when I'm done. If you're having a little bit of trouble bending this wire around, take your flat chain nose pliers, flat or chain nose pliers, and just gently grab your loop that you made, and then you can take your tweezers and go like this. And this is just going to wrap that wire around that little peg that we had just above, like so. Now we'll just straighten this loop out just a little bit and just push it onto the end of the chain nose pliers like so. I'm just gently wiggling it back and forth, and that'll create a nice little loop, and then we can attach it to our posts. So I wrapped both of these, so you can see I did a couple times around, so if you wanted more, you could leave yourself a little bit extra wire. We used an inch and a half, so if you wanted to do 2 inches, then you'd have a little excess, and you could have a nice long coil here. So we're going to attach these to the ball post earrings at this point. We have our ball post earrings, and we have the little loop here, and to open this up, we're going to grab it with our chain nose pliers, and we're just going to give it a little twist so it opens up, as you can see there. And we're going to attach our best side of our earring forward. I'm going to open it up just a little bit more. And then twist it back. And voila, you have a pair of earrings. So I'll do that to the other one as well. The last pair of earrings that we're going to do are the Amazonite beads, and these are our 2 head pins that we made. So let's, just like before, let's string them up. Feed it through the wire, like so. Grab it with your needle nose pliers, twist, rotate your pliers straight up and down, like so. Twist it all the way over till it hits the bead. Adjust your pliers one more time, and I just go to the side, and I'm just going to try to bend it under just a little bit, like so. Okay, and I can always adjust it a little bit. Grab it with the chain nose pliers, and I'm going to wrap it around. Now I can grab it with my tweezers. I'm just using the tweezers kind of as a pry bar. That's pretty good. So we could always have a little more wire if you wanted to keep wrapping it. So let's do the next one. Feed the bead onto the head pin, like so, all the way down to our end. Grab it with the round nose pliers again, twist over, adjust the pliers, straight up and down, twist over, like so, till it hits the bead, adjust again, twist under. Take your flat or chain nose pliers and just kind of pinch it here. Adjust it just a little bit. And then start bending it around that post. And then you can use your tweezers as our pry bar. Just get a hold of it there. And we're just going to keep bending it around. and just keep adjusting it till it's fixed. All right, so I've wrapped both of these, and now we're going to attach them to the lever backs. So we're just going to open up our lever back, like so. And we're going to close it back up. There's one. And here's two. I have my three sets of earrings completed. So these are the tiger eyes with the little pearl drops here at the bottom, and I just used a couple ones that I had laying around just to make them a little bit different. Then I have some freshwater pearls with the ball post earrings, and then we have our Amazonite, and those are with the lever backs. And I think those look great. As promised, let's take a look at that metalsmithing bonus trick for you. We have our two pins that we've made with the little balled up ends. We also have Meet Mr. Draw plate. And we're going to use this to flatten out these ends. And this is the burnishing hammer. It has one flat end and one round end. We're going to use this. So here's how we're going to make these a little more stylized. This is 20 gauge, so we go to number 20. And feed this right in like this. Once you've fed this through, the little ball is going to stop, and we're going to take our hammer and we're just going to gently give it a whack, and that's going to give it that nice little nail head look. And there it is. We made one of these, but if you were going to make a bunch of earrings, you could make a bunch of these little head pins and you'd be ready for production. I hope you found this video useful and you learned at least a couple things from it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell to get notifications of any new videos that we're putting out. Also, if you have any questions whatsoever, I'm happy to answer them. So please leave me a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, hey, just have a good time making these earrings, and hope your friends like them. Bye.